What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight... Okay, we're coming back to Screaming Females. Yes, indeed. Screaming Females Fans Feeling You. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbidi-bobbidi-bob, do me a favor. Before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Damien Tokala, and it was also the winner of the Premier Tier Patreon Request Prioritization Poll, winning with 56% of the vote, moving it from number 788 in the queue straight up to number 1. So yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, your voice, your vote does matter. They all want to see me react to this is Screaming Females with a song called Agnes Martin. Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a minute, hang on a second, I recognize this song, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This was posted by the AV Club, okay? And the video has 32,000 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Screaming Females perform Agnes Martin AVC Sessions. Cool. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
And it's 1 to 8 to 7 to 8 to 2 to 7 2 to 8 to 7 to 8. I mean, And you're throwing the octave in there every once in a while too, going just with the opening. Really easy riff to play, but it sounds good. It does sound good. It's got a nice groove to it. It's not so much the notes, it's the placement of the notes. It's the rhythmic pattern that's got the groove going for it. I'm digging that. I am digging that. It sounds nice, man. I'm digging the feel. I am definitely digging the feel. I'm digging the groove. I'm not gonna sit here and say it's impressive, but it feels nice. It definitely feels nice, especially with that Rickenbacker bass, man. Oh, come on now. No, Rickenbackers are like the most unique sounding basses in the world, man. Nothing sounds like a Rickenbacker. I want to get my hands on one of those so bad, but they are just ridiculously expensive. I just really don't. I don't want to spend somewhere between $3,000 to $5,000 on a bass that I just don't see the justification for it. But I would love if I ever find one, reasonably priced, like somewhere between, I don't know, somewhere between 700 and maybe I might be willing to pay $1,000 for one of those. Maybe. It depends on the condition it's in. But I would love to have one, man. I really would. She's got the Strat going. I mean, it looks good, sounds good. Single coil pickups across all three. It sounds bright. Like between the Rickenbacker and the single coil pickups on the guitar, it's got a really bright sound to it. Even on those lower strings, it still sounds bright. It's got that brightness. And it's very appropriate for the style of the song. Very appropriate for the groove. Drummer, nothing I would say impressive from the drumming standpoint, but it's absolutely rock solid. And with a song like this, that's what you want. He's got a nice groove going, fits the context. Well, he's creating the context. And then the guitar and bass are just kind of accompanying him with what they're doing. So, no, everybody's doing their job. Everything sounds good. Vocally fitting the song just fine. So, I got no complaints. Am I blown away? No, but I got no complaints. It sounds nice. It sounds good. I'm enjoying it. So, let's keep going. Dynamically, smart move. Nicely done. Nice, solid ending too. Yeah. I'd be applauding. If I was in there, if I was in the crowd, I would applaud that. Absolutely. Nice groove, nice sound. Smooth all the way through. No issues, no problems. Nothing that sounded or nothing that sounded nothing that stuck out like a sore thumb. No, very nice, solid, smooth groove, easy on the ears. Yeah, man. No problems. Honestly, there's not a lot to talk about. There really isn't. So we might have a quick review here. We'll see. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Screaming Females with a tune called Agnes Martin. This was a request from Damien Tokala, and it was also the winner of the Premier Tier Patreon Request Prioritization Poll, winning with 56% of the vote, moving it from number 788 in the queue straight up to number 1. So yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, your voice, your vote does matter. All right, before I give my score, I got to give this, this spiel here, this announcement. I'm doing this for every single video that comes out in March. So guys, if you've already heard the spiel, fast forward about 5 minutes, you'll be right about where you need to be, okay? All right. First things first, we are going back to the old scoring system, the original scoring system. I put up a poll, you guys voted, 2/3 of the votes said go back to the old way. And I got no problem with that. That is perfectly fine with me. I did say during the live stream that if we do go back to the old scoring system, I'm gonna have to make a couple changes. And the reason for those changes is this. The number one reason people were having a problem with going to the scoring system with the 5 stars is because they were concerned that we were gonna have too many 4-star ratings. We were gonna have too many songs from too many different bands all getting 4 stars. And I agree with them. I mean, that problem was gonna probably happen. You're absolutely right. So I am not disagreeing with them whatsoever. However, that problem already exists in the old scoring system. If you take a look at all of the scores I've given in the channel from the time the channel started up until now, I would say, and this is not an exaggeration, I feel this is actually very accurate. I would say about 2/3 of the songs, 2/3 of the scores that I've given have been between the ranges of about 7.4 to about an 8.6. I think that's a pretty fair range. Here's the thing. A 4-star rating, 1 rating out of a possible 5, that's 20%. There's a 20% margin, right? So all the songs, a whole bunch of songs would be only being graded within a 20% window. Well, here's the thing. According to the old scoring system, 7.4 to 8.6, that's 13 different scores. And people are going, yeah, it's 13 different scores. You're absolutely right. It is 13 different scores out of 100. That gives us a 13% margin. That's even tighter and narrower than the 20% margin. So we're only utilizing like 13% of the grading scale 2/3 of the time. That's even worse than the 20%. So that problem already exists. So I told people during the live stream that I was going to have to make some changes if we went back to the old scoring system. And the changes are simply this. There's 2 things. 1, I got to get harder. I got to get tougher. I got to make it more difficult to get higher rating scores. So to get those 7s, it's going to be harder. To get 8s, it's going to be even harder than that. And to get a 9, it's going to be pretty much impossible now. I mean, getting a 9 is going to be extremely difficult. If you get a 9 now, you earned it without question. And to help facilitate that, we're going to focus on making 5 the medium ground, the average score, not 7s, 5s. We're going to start every single song, every single reaction is going to start at 5. And it can move up. If it sounds good and it sounds really amazing, and the more impressive it is and the better it sounds, it moves up. And at the same time, it can also move down. And believe me when I say this, it can move down a lot easier than it can move up. So that's the change, guys. 5 is the average, and we can go up or we can go down. It really depends on the song. That's number 1. Number 2, during the live stream, a number of people suggested that I give different types of scoring that will correlate with the numeric score. The whole reason I was going to go to 5-star rating was to make it easier to understand and hopefully have less misunderstandings, less communication, and less issues with it. So people in the live stream suggested, why don't you do both? What? You're absolutely right. Why don't I do both? Why didn't I think of that? I don't know. Look, I'm not omnipotent. I don't know everything. I don't see everything. And sometimes I need some help, seeing things. And for those of you that were in the live stream that made this suggestion, thank you. Seriously, thank you, because you pointed out some things that I didn't think about. So I'm going to give 4 different ways of scoring the exact same score, okay? So we're going to have our numeric score for the old school scoring system. We're going to have a scale rating, like really good, pretty good, great, okay, not so good. We're going to have that scale system. We're going to keep the 5-star scoring system as well, so you can get a star rating out of 5 possible stars. And I'm also going to include a letter grade, just for those people who just cannot get their mindset out of elementary school. So you're going to have numeric score, scale rating, star rating, and a letter grade. Now, look, if you cannot take one of those, I don't care which one, but if you can't take at least one of those and interpret it and understand it and internalize it, I don't know what to do, guys. At that point, I can't help you. You are on your own. My recommendation, and I'm being serious here, guys. My recommendation, if you can't get one of those 4, you might want to think about going and finding another channel to watch, because this is probably not going to be the channel for you. So nothing personal, guys. I'm looking out for your best interests and your sanity and my sanity. So seriously, this is probably not going to be the channel for you if you can't handle at least one of those 4. All right. Having said that, let's get to the score for this. On a scale of 1 to 10, and yes, I'm saying 1 to 10. I know it's 0.0 to 9.9. I know. But guys, 1 to 10 rolls off the tongue really nicely, all right? A lot nicer than 0.0 to 9.9 does. And if you're going to have a problem with that, same thing. Go find another channel. Anyway, on a scale of 1 to 10, yes, 1 to 10, I'm going to give that a 6.9. Yep, 6.9. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, what does that 6.9 mean? Remember, 5 is where we start. 5 is the medium. It goes up or it goes down. We went up to a 6.9, okay? That's a pretty good scale rating. It's right at the top of the pretty good scale rating. It is 3 out of 5 stars, and it is a B letter grade. Yes, a B, a solid B letter grade. Not high, not low, right in the middle of the B's. So yeah, 6.9, pretty good scale rating, 3 out of 5 stars, and a B letter grade. Now, how did we get here? So glad you asked. It's a solid song, man. It is. It's a solid song with a solid groove. The groove was the best part of the song. It felt great across the board, man. It did. It was relentless. It was non-stop. Even when we played with the dynamics. Don't think I didn't notice that. That was a nice touch. When we brought the dynamics down for those 4 measures, and we were just still grooving the same groove, the same feel, the same tempo. All we did was drop down the dynamics. And then we brought the dynamics back up. The groove was still there, still the same groove, still the same tempo, still the same feel, just adjusted dynamically and adjusted the approach, but nothing else changed. I like that. I thought that was really well done. Vocally, very conducive for the style of the song, fit the song nicely. The guitar, very well done as well. The guitar solo was nice. Again, fitting the context of the song. I wouldn't say anything was all that impressive about the playing, it was fun to watch her with the stomp boxes, and she utilized them like seriously, like every measure every 2 measures she would change. You know, we're gonna press this and press this. Okay, then we're gonna depress this and depress this and press this instead. Man, she was really in the zone with those stomp boxes, man. She didn't miss a beat. The bass playing, solid, absolutely solid. Drumming, solid, absolutely solid. Anything impressive in that mix? No, I wouldn't say anything was impressive. I wouldn't say anything was even all that great. But there were some nice things happening for sure within the groove. As far as the actual chordal pattern that was going on, the chordal progression, it was interesting. I will absolutely give it that. It wasn't difficult. You know, 1 to 8 to 7 to 8 to 1 to 7 to 8 to 2 to 7 to 8 to 1 to 8 again. I mean, come on. That's not hard. I will say during I believe that was the chorus where we went, I think it was, what would it be? 3, 5, 7, 3, 4, 1. I think it was 3, 5, 7, 3, 4, 1. That was nice. It was a nice little switch up, but still kept the groove going. It didn't go off on a tangent. It stayed within the context. It stayed conducive to the song, and I liked it. Yeah, that's pretty much all there was to it. I mean, it sounded good. I had no issue with the song whatsoever. I had no problem with the song at all. It felt nice. It sounded good, and I got no problem giving it that pretty good score of 6.9. Just 0.1 short of really good. It was so close. But like I said in the beginning, I'm getting a lot tougher and a lot harder. It's going to be much harder to get up into the 7s and 8s, and don't forget about 9s. It's going to be very difficult to get up there now. So getting a 6.9 from me now, that's a nicely done job, boy. Let me tell you. So to wrap everything up in a nice pretty bow here for you, 6.9, pretty good scale rating, 3 out of 5 stars, solid B letter grade. Take your pick. I don't care, whichever one floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later, peace.